Siemano, z tej strony Płotka, my wracamy do Gry o Tron. Troszkę zmieniłam, zmniejszyłam dźwięk z gry, bo tam kiepsko było słychać momentami to, co mówiłam. Lecimy z tematem. Tak, kontynuuj. Teraz będziemy przenosić się do Królewskiej Przystani, przynajmniej tak ten obraz, który na początku nam się pojawił, na to wskazywał.
Your sister can help us. Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
No, i to jest nasza Mira. Fajne jest to, że mamy okazję grać ciągle kimś innym, czego ani w The Wolf Among Us, ani w Walking Dead nie było. Nie wiem, jak jest w tej grze na podstawie Borderlands, natomiast no, jest to jakaś tam odmiana. Jest to całkiem fajnie. Cóż my tutaj mamy?
Ethan made this for me.
Jakieś pamiątki z domu.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos. It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
A Olena to chyba była ta jej babcia, nie? Spójrz na czytaj, przeczytajmy. No.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Chyba jakiś niedokończony list, którego nie wysłała. Nie wiem, czy ona już wie, że jej ojciec nie żyje i brat. Nic tu o tym nie jest wspomniane.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
No, niestety obawiam się, że Rodrika już nie zobaczysz. Spójrzmy sobie
King's
przez okno.
Landing. I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
No to też takie ciężkie życie dla dziewczyny, że ją odesłali i musi sobie sama ze wszystkim radzić, sama tu być, żadnych za bardzo pewnie przyjaciół nie ma. Znaczy, że akurat Marjorie jest...
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Dobra, chyba wypada otworzyć drzwi.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
O co chodzi?
No, it's fine. Come in.
Kim ty jesteś, chłopcze? I czemu jesteś taki brudny? Aha, bo to jakiś sprzątacz.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you
węgiel
don't mind my
przyniósł.
asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Możesz po prostu przychylić tego wiadra i wsypać tego węgla tam.
You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
No, to masz rację.
Good night, milady.
No, nareczka. Dzięki za info. O, jest Marjorie. Nawet
Lady
całkiem podobna
Marjorie.
jak w filmie.
You're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
Cóż nam Marjorie powie ciekawego?
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
I need your help, my lady.
Of course, and I will help you in any way I can. But there's another matter we must attend to first. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Cersei, jak ja cię
See if
lubię.
the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Co tam podsłuchujesz?
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Okej, spróbujemy grać.
Good luck.
No, widzę, że to też chyba jest w porządku. Myślę, że Marjorie w swoim otoczeniu nie chciałaby jakichś fałszywych żmi. O, Tyron.
You can do this.
Chodźmy zatem. W ogóle Tyron chyba w tym momencie w historii on był takim namiestnikiem królewskim, nie? Zajął miejsce Starka, o ile dobrze pamiętam.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
No
Perhaps you
oczywiście.
should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet... For centuries, the Foresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she has any loyalty at all. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end.
Jak
Old
widzicie, to nie jest
allegiances
takie
are
łatwe.
not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
O kurde.
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
No, powiem wam, że to było trudne zadanie. Ciężko stwierdzić, co trzeba było mówić.
I'll walk you out.
Okejka.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
No, Tyrion jak zawsze mądry i chyba jedna z jedynych całkowicie pozytywnych postaci.
Mira,
Druga
I was
służka.
wrong. How was it?
Średnio.
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true.
No, to by ci Cersei dała.
Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife,
He is quite handsome.
and quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that
No
would
nie
be
wiem, czy
like.
byś chciała mieć takiego męża.
Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become
No, w życiu.
He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
No super, jakaś ty łaskawa.
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well,
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over.
Mogę jej powiedzieć, że to tak
King's
mówiłam, bo
Landing can be
musiałam?
exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
No nie wiem, ja bym
It's
Sarze nie
about
ufała.
my family.
I trust her.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Sorry. Spadaj.
Go on. Ask.
Please, Ramsay Snow is on his way to Ironrath to see my brother bend the knee.
Ramsay? Roose Bolton's bastard.
I fear my family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. But if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown...
That is no small request, especially now. Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
I will forever be in your debt. My family will forever be in your debt.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Zgodzi się czy nie?
Very well. I'll make
Yes.
your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Ciężko, ciężko to wygląda wszystko. Okej, moi drodzy, i w tym miejscu zakończymy odcinek. Będziemy sobie robić takie krótkie odcinki właśnie od jednego do drugiego bohatera. Myślę, że tak będzie wygodniej i no i tyle. Dobra, trzymajcie się ciepło i do usłyszenia niebawem. Hej!